In this video, I'll show you a method for starting a painting that's based on a reference photograph. Even if you're not a professional artist, I think you might be able to use some of these ideas to improve your results. Hi, I'm Jim Crandall. I've been an illustrator and a painter for all of my adult life, and I'm here to share with you some of the things I've picked up along the way. In these following sequences, I'll show you how to modify and simplify a photo, how to create a black and white underpainting to act as a guide, and finally, how to begin to add color on top of that underpainting. Let's get started. This is a photo of my friend Tory posing for a painting class here in Sacramento. I took a few snapshots with my iPhone, and I picked this one out to use as the basis for a painting. It's a nice pose, but I'm going to change a few things in my photo editing program. I'm going to enlarge the leg a little bit and stretch it out. I think that might give a greater feeling of depth and perhaps make the entire composition more stable. In this shot, the face is overexposed. Fortunately, I have another shot that's darker, so I'm going to substitute the head and neck from that shot. I'll adjust it for a better match of value. It's a bit rough, but it won't matter for my purposes. I adjust a few other things, including drawing a simpler curve for the waistline in the shadows. Now comes the fun part. First, I'm going to convert this image to black and white. Now I'm much more interested in value shapes than in the contours of objects. So I'll have the software simplify things for me. I'm going to use the posterize function to convert the image into 4 values: a white, a light gray, a darker gray, and black. This is the drawing I've made by projecting my posterized image onto my painting surface. I've been careful about the shapes in the face, but in other places I've simplified and stylized. This is not meant to be a beautiful drawing. These are only guidelines for me to use during the painting process, and in the end they'll all be covered up. I've sealed the drawing with fixative, and I've redrawn much of it with an alcohol-based marker, so I can paint with thin paint and still see the drawing underneath. The first layer is kind of a milky wash, maybe a number 2 gray with painting medium in it, and I'll apply that over the entire drawing. Now I'll make progressively darker washes with my 4 value map as a guide. I'll continue until the entire canvas is covered with gray values, which incline towards the dark side. Then I'm ready to recover my light shapes with white and very light grays, now using a full value black and white photo as reference. This seems like a good place to stop. I'll give this monochromatic layer 2 or 3 days to dry completely. Now I'll apply color washes freely over the dry underpainting while looking at a color version of my reference photo. I'm putting down approximations of local colors, but I'm also beginning to think about a warm to cool scheme from left to right. That's part of my design. I keep the paint thin so that the black and white still shows through and my value map is retained. As with the black and white session, I can come back and reestablish the light shapes in these middle tones. Having established a strong foothold, I'll stop and let this dry. When I resume, I'll be able to put down increasingly opaque colors as the painting evolves. I can be fairly experimental along the way because I know I can always wipe away any missteps and still be fairly confident that I won't lose the foundation that I've established. I hope you found that helpful. In a moment, I'll show you how that painting turned out. But first, if you found this video helpful, could you take a moment to hit the like button? And if you'd consider subscribing to my channel, that would be helpful also. So here's where my painting of Tory is now. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Even though it began as a demonstration, I still had some creative struggles while I was finishing it. Please remember to check out my website at jamescrandall.com. You'll find examples of my current work, which can be found in galleries around the country, and by following the newsletter link, you can add your email address to receive updates on shows, workshops, and to see some of my paintings in progress. Thanks for watching. See you next time.